mission team, and we are so really grateful to look out and to see such a wonderful group here coming to learn about the Congolese culture as part of our ministry. And many guests, we especially want the guests to feel welcome, so I hope you do feel at home and that we are so delighted that you've taken the time to come and join us. I'm going to introduce our Congo mission team and briefly tell you about our ministry here. And then we'll have a little break if you want to get some dessert or some more water or something else. And then Connie will will introduce our first speaker. Right now, though, for our Congo mission team, if you're a member of the Congo mission team, would you please stand up? And if you're in the kitchen, please, Muriel, would you get everybody from the kitchen who's there? Marie, I see you. Yes, please stand up. You're part of the Congo mission team. There are a few people we need particularly to give a thanks to. So Cora, would you raise your hand, Cora? And Muriel, raise your hand. Okay, Roberta, Connie, and Rwani. These folks have done a tremendous job of making preparations for our food and our program, and we are very grateful for their energy and their efforts. Yes, we did get Cora. Our chairperson, Herb Long, is really disappointed he can't be here today. He is out of the country on a pre-planned trip, and so he sends his regrets and wants you to know that he wishes that he could be in two places at one time. And Herb asked if I would fill in for him and briefly describe our Congo ministry team here at LOPC. Just in case by what we say here today, you'd like to have an occasional update on our ministry, on each table you're going to see a sign-up sheet, which we would only use to give you an occasional update about what's going on in the Congo mission team, or perhaps in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So please feel free to fill that out if you would like to be a part of our ongoing conversation. Our Congo mission team started here at LOPC in 2012, but you may not know that actually there's been a Presbyterian presence in the Democratic Republic of Congo for over 130 years, both standing up for injustice and also for companioning partner churches. So we really, as Presbyterians, have a long legacy of being concerned and wanting to reach out and support the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Here at LOPC, we have three areas of focus. Our first area of focus is education, and I think many of you know the Congo Necklace team, and they have a wonderful display at the back of the room today. And this is fundraising for education. Part of it is building Congo schools. So if schools are built of durable materials, it means that children and teachers can attend school many more days during the year, even during the rainy season. So it really increases attendance. Also, by providing latrines at schools, many more girls are enrolling and are coming to school. As well, the government will give an accreditation to a school if it's built out of durable materials. So that is one area of education. Another, and what our Congo Necklace funds today will be going toward a program where qualified girls are given training in English and computer skills. And this is another area where if you can educate young women and give them something important and useful that they can do, helps many developing countries around the world. Our second area of focus is the trauma healing for children. And there's a table as you would be walking out there on your left. We hope you'll look at that. LOPC took a very important leadership role in getting this Healing Hearts Trauma Healing for Children program going. We sponsor the training of facilitators. They use a biblically based curriculum called Healing Hearts, and they work with small groups of children who very sadly have been traumatized by the violence that they've witnessed. And this came about because our mission co-workers in the Democratic Republic of Congo were listening to Congolese mothers, and the mothers were concerned for their children. They had witnessed things that no child should see, and there were no support groups for the children, their children. There was quite a bit for adults, but not for children. So this is where the Healing Hearts training program came into being, and we have now trained not just LOPC, there are many other churches and organizations, 50 facilitators. So by training the facilitators, they go back into their community and work with small groups of children. This is in the eastern section of Congo and in the Kasai region, where recently there's been some terrible violence and continues. So we do hope that you will consider the Healing Hearts Project and look at that display table on your way this afternoon. And then the third area of our focus here at LOPC is in advocacy. We ask our United States leaders to give international support for peaceful, fair, and credible elections in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And we believe when there is enough international support that it will make a significant difference for the people of the Congo. And you can actually help by making a simple call to your legislature. On the advocacy table directly in the back, there's a short 3-sentence script that you can do to call your senator or representative. There's a bill in the House that we're asking to have passed that relates to the Democratic Republic of Congo, and there's a companion bill that we're trying to get initiated in the Senate. So we invite you to take that simple action today as part of our ministry here. So education, trauma healing for children, advocacy are the 3 areas of our focus, and I appreciate your attention. We'll take a short break if you want to get a little dessert or something else to drink, and then Connie will give an introduction in just a moment or two. Thank you.
And is both a teacher and a nurse. She will introduce us to the traditional Congolese culture and then bring us up to date with the Congo today.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Boyo Teresu Kitukunda, and I will be talking today about people and culture of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. As you see in the front page, I have the okapi. What I wanted to share about it is that the okapi is a rare, beautiful, and colorful animal that is naturally only found in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Dear Pastor, members of the LOPC Church, ladies and gentlemen, and all of you young people in this room, I humbly appreciate your time to attend this event. I'm also grateful for the opportunity I have been given to share with you the cultural heritage of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. First, I'm sorry. Okay. First, I'll go to the introduction. I wanted to mention briefly, like many years ago, I was in San Francisco in one of the major local banks to transfer some money for my family in the DRC. And when the teller who was helping me asked me if the DRC was somewhere in Hawaii, I said to myself, and I realized that wherever I had to speak about the DRC, I first should locate it in the map, so to make sure that we all are on the same page. So the Democratic Republic of Congo is located in the center of Africa with 9 neighboring countries. It is the second largest country in Africa. It spreads 900,356 square miles, or 2,344,872 square kilometers. It would most cover the Western Europe. The DRC has an estimated population of 84.6 million and over 200 ethnic and linguistic groups. Kinshasa is the capital, and it has an estimated population of 11.4 million. And there are other major cities: Lubumbashi, 850,000 inhabitants, Kisangani, 600,000, and Bushimai, 810. The DRC has dense and deep forests, famous mountain ranges, wildlife parks, the Central Basin, the Highland Plateau, majestic lakes and rivers, and many natural resources such as copper, cobalt, platinum, tin, timber, coal, uranium, gold, diamond, and much more. Landlocked, the DRC depends on the mighty Congo River and transportation of livelihood. The river is second in power to the Amazon River and second in length to the Nile. It is said to have enough hydroelectric power to light up every home in all southern and northern Africa. Right. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is home to over 200 ethnic and linguistic groups. People of Bantu origin populate most of the country, including Lunda, Kuba, Congo, and the Mongol groups. In addition, some 240,000 people are temporary residents as neighboring war led to huge migration into the region. Languages. Most Congolese speak several languages. It is not uncommon for someone to fluently speak 4 or more languages. Major languages include Swahili, Lingala, Kikongo, and Chiluba. Lingala is the language of trade, and it is most popular language for communicating across ethnic lines and used also in music. French, introduced by Belgian colonists, is still used by the government and in a radio broadcast as Congo's official language. provinces. The vast population of the DRC is divided into 26 administrative regions called provinces. Currently, 60% of the population live in rural areas, although many people migrated to the cities during the 1980s and 1990s in hopes of finding food and work. Art. There has been a tendency to classify art according to the styles of the area from which they originate. The Southwest is known for the stone and nail-stad Nkisi statues of the Congo people and the mask and figurine of the Yaka. The Kuba from the South Central region are known for Ndog, statues created in the likeness of the king that can serve as symbolic representative in his absence. Luba art dominates the Southeast region and reflects the strong influence of women in society through statuettes depicting motherhood. North of the Luba, the Lega produce masks and ivories. Zande and Mambetu art are included in the northern region. Zande art is characterized by cold statuettes, spear or bow, sharps, and anthropomorphic portrait, while Mambetu art feature figure with styled elongated head. Other folk traditions include making pottery, weaving raffia, and creating ceremonial dresses. A large corporate industry in the southern Katanga province has sparked a new artistic form in which portraits are sketched into a copper sheet, which is then covered with clay for unique color and texture. Many famous African heads of state have had their likeness imprinted on copper. This art form is gradually gaining recognition in Europe and around the world. Music. Music is by far the art form for which Congo is known for. Many popular dance music across the continent of Africa originated in Kinshasa, such as Ndombolo, Soukous, Kwasa Kwasa. Kinshasa is considered by many to be the African music capital. The Congolese rumba was very popular then and still is part of many musical blends in many African music. Traditional instruments such as the tam piano and various drums are commonly used. Clothing and textile. Traditional textile industry is as old as the history of Bantu people. Cloth weaving is done by hand or using various weaving techniques are used, including sophisticated weaving apparatus called loom. The traditional Congolese clothing is called pan or maputa, is characterized by bright colors and bold designs. The pan or wrapper can be either formal or informal, ranging from simply draped fabric or fully tailored outfit. And as you see in the picture, you see a Kumba man using a loom and weaving raffia cloth. And last, we're gonna talk about the hairstyles. The quest for beauty through haircuts or braiding for Congolese people, men, women, and children, is also as old as the history of the Bantu people of ancient times. They can braid it into singles, or cornrow, or dreadlock, and many more. So that concludes my presentation. Thank you so much for your time.
Congolese. Our next presenter is Esther Kunku. If you've been eyeing the fabrics on the stand over here, this is the time to tune in. She has studied in the Congo and at the Academy of Art in San Francisco. She has started her own business and is combining Congolese and American influences in her couture. She has prepared the mannequins for us to enjoy and will explain traditional clothes worn in the Congo and clothes worn today. Esther?
Thank you. First, I would like to thank the LOPC mission team for the honor to represent our beautiful Congo through fashion. Traditionally, men and women in Democratic Republic of Congo wear clothes made of raffia. Clothing in Congo in particular, and in Africa in general, has evolved through the years. Most clothes are created from standing print and fabric that are bold, bright, and brilliant. These materials are referred as liputa or wax. Congolese style are created to stand out from the crowd. See? And to reflect the African culture. It is much more common to see women wearing long skirts, like this, and a top with vibrant colors and patterns. That's what I'm wearing, you can see that. Head wraps and hats are very popular as fashion and as a statement. Head wraps and hats are very popular. Men wear long sleeve shirts made of liputa fabric. Today, I would like to introduce to you a few of my collection of Congolese women clothes through ST fashion. I'm going to have to get down so I can explain each one of them. The first one we have here, it's an evening teal dress with a hat. I call it mesh because of the, can you hold this? Because of the back. The mesh means corn row, you know, like a single, we call, you know, I don't know, single hair. So there's a mesh on the back. That's why I call it mesh. And this beautiful piece was created with one side pocket on this side here. It's only one pocket, so that women won't have to worry about where to put the lipsticks. I had to cut the material in pieces to reattach the circle on one side. As you can see, if you come closer, maybe later. Originally, the material was mixed, and I had to cut in pieces and put the combined fabric on one side, so you can have a two-tone of design. And this dress can be worn at any formal occasion if your intention is to impress, and it comes put with one-sided hat to complement it. This is the hat here, easy to wear, and some yellow fabric too, just to complement the colors with the buttons. The second outfit we have, the two-tone off-shoulder beige and navy blue top and skirt. I call it kangalopango. Some Congolese understand what I mean. It means, which explains a man officially going to ask for a woman's hand to her parent. I created this elegant long sleeve top and a mermaid skirt to represent the new bride. You know, first, you never know, first impression, you wanna look good in front of your in-laws. Cover your sleeves and your legs. The third one, we have the brown and green top and jupe pan, we call. I call it, actually I don't have a name for that one, maybe in the future. This outfit was created for women looking for comfort. The top is loose with a beautiful embroidery neckline to make you feel confident. As you can see, I'm going to try to put it a little bit on this side. The embroidery here, it's a metallic thread that was made with the embroidery on the neckline. And that means this wear can be casual at the same time and formal. Because of the embroidery, you can wear it as a formal or casual if you're like me, because for me it would be casual. I really like to stand out, as you can see. And the good thing about this one, we call the skirt, we call it jupe pan, which is not sewn all the way in. It's a wrapper, you can open it and loosen up. Let's say after eating a good meal and you feel it's too tight, you can loosen up. So this is a good one for you. Or if when you go into a buffet. That's a nice clothes to wear. The next one we have, it's a two-piece dress, long sleeve top and skirt. I named this one Zaire. Try to turn it this way. I call this one Zaire because of its unique combination of colors. We have some green, orange, red, and black. The green symbolize the agriculture and forest of the Congo. The red color stands for the struggle of independence. The orange means joy and creativity. And this elegant V-neck dress can be worn in the evening occasions. The next one we have here is blue and beige outfit with a head tie. Unfortunately, I don't have a head there, but I would like to show you how we wrap that. So my sister here will help me a little bit. Can you untie that for me? Thank you. This is called Mwasi Alibala, translated as married woman. The idea behind this piece was to create an outfit that reflects the beauty and the decency of a wife as she is the joy of her husband. The top has a triangle edge that is finished with white string and a pleated back and stretchy back for the wife's comfort. This is the back here, and it's a little stretchy. So you know if you are a wife or a mother and you're working around the house and helping the kids and cooking at the same time, you need something you can move around easily. This is the perfect style, and you still look beautiful when your husband comes from work. And it comes with, we call it liputa, which we just tie it. You can wear one, you tie it on the side, or you can add another piece. So let me show you. our liputa right here. So you wear it this way. This is really traditional. This is our traditional wear. So you go this way. You can wear one and you just put it there. And you have your blouse on top of it. Or, because they come two of them, so you have 2 yards for one liputa that you wear as a skirt. And then you have the other one that you can use as a head tie. You can tie it different ways. So I'm just picking one way that comes out of mine right now. Whatever you like. And just put it on one side. I don't have a mirror, but I'm trying. I like that. You can use it as a head tie or as a second piece on the waistline. That's how traditionally our mothers and sisters usually wear. We're wearing the blouse and just a regular wrap that we call pan. Thank you. Our next one, it's called bubu. Bubu, this is a white light garment can be in wax. When I say can be in wax, that means something like this. Can be in wax or in bazin. This is the bazin fabric. Pleasant wear. It is typically traditional dress from Senegal, which became famous in Congo with the embroidery neckline. You see the embroidery? The difference between this one, this broad embroidery here that you see in the yellow string, and this one is just the price range. And I have one more here. This will be considered more expensive than this one because of the finishing of the embroidery. Okay. And for many years, men wore only liputa shirts, which is our next one. These are for men. Like I was saying, for many years, men wore only liputa shirts. However, with the evolution of fashion, we now have jackets made of liputa. I began by telling you that most clothes are created from stunning prints and fabric that are bold, bright, and brilliant. These materials are referred as liputa or wax. Congolese style are created to stand out from the crowd and to reflect the African culture. Do you want to stand out? That's my question to you. Join the Congolese fashion and by ST Fashion, which will be, first of all, I want to say, just coming, this is my first time here. Thank you so much, Cora, for inviting me. You really inspire me. What you are doing for my country really inspires me, and ST Fashion, for now, will give a tenth of each outfit that they will be making toward the children, helping the children in Congo. Thank you so much.
Last week we are celebrating the music and dance, and I don't see you. Where are you? Oh! We feel so lucky to have Beeb with us today. He has just recently returned from the Congo, and from another trip to Asia, where he was both studying dance and music and teaching dance and music. And he has a very unique presentation, I understand, for us today.
Thank you. Hi everybody. How you guys doing? Great. Did you enjoy your food? Yes. Okay, nice. So thanks for having me. I'm just very happy to be here. Thanks Mary, Cora, all the organizers of this particular and important day. I'm a little surprised not to see many Congolese people around in a room. I was expecting to see many, but we're going to. I'm going to share with you no matter what, because this is about Congo and also with friends, the friends of Congo and the allies of Congo. So those who are thinking about making the Congo a better place and also see the Congo develop and thrive. So my presentation here. You can see the title as Celebrating My Congo and the Exceptional History and Culture. So, My Congo, the reason why I've been calling it My Congo, just give me a second, sorry. I need to bring my technology so I can keep up with you, with my all notes, I don't get out of the way of what I really want to say. So when I talk about Congo, anytime I hear the word Congo, when I celebrate the Congo, my body always vibrates because I try to define what is Congo. And when I say what is Congo, I don't see Congo just as in its present state, in its current status quo, but I saw it, I was questioning the past of the Congo, the present, now, and the future. So when I came here in America, or when I left the Congo, as I always say, I became black when I became black when I left Africa, because I was just before I was a human being, but now I'm a black man, which is very strange. So talk about the Congo. What's the Congo? There is no really proper way of defining the Congo as the contemporaries define the Congo. What Congo is, I think Sister Therese in the beginning gave you geographical where Congo is located, the geography, the number of populations and all of that. But I question the Congo a little bit deeper just because of what's going on in the Congo today. And of course, I was born in Brazzaville, which is the Republic of Congo, in the Republic of Congo, but I was raised in both places, the Republic of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, because it's only a 10 or 40 minutes both wide, because those two countries are divided by the river, and the river, depending on which part of the country you are, sometimes the distance is very small, sometimes it's a long distance. So it's really close. So those two Congos became the Republic of Congo and Democratic Republic of Congo, just the history of colonization, basically. So, but I don't like to see myself I'm from Congo Brazzaville or I'm from the Democratic Republic of Congo, because when I really look at the history, I want to go far back in time to see, and of course, before you go, these two countries are very similar. Before I'll take you back and I'll take you back in time, the similarities between these two Congos are in the food cultures. Like we have the same food pretty much with the guanga, the fumbwa, the mbisi, mbisi the fish, and pondu, which is also sakasaka. The music culture is the same, the rumba, the ndombolo, the suku. So music is very similar, traditional music, from popular music, it's very similar. So when I take a boat, I leave Brazzaville, I go to Kinshasa, I never feel like I'm in a different country. Because I'll see my brother, they'll say, hey, because I have families in both sides of the Congo, so I communicate, I travel in all these two countries very well. So I don't see, if I celebrate the Congo, I celebrate all these Congos. And if I go back in time, where we're gonna go, when I'm gonna show you what is that, how am I celebrating this, how am I gonna celebrate this history of this Congo, if we call it Congo. So, and also with ancient history, of the two Congo. Next slide, please. No, second slide, please. It's a picture, yes, that picture. So I'll show you the picture here. So it's 10 minutes boat. If you take the speed on the first picture, it's a speed boat. You take it, you cross the river in 5-10 minutes, you cross the river, the Congo River. And if you take the overcrowded boats, that will take you, it may take you 40 minutes, 45 minutes to get to the other side. It's crowded, it's slow. And also the Congo River is one of it's the second most powerful river in the world after the Amazonia. So it's pretty powerful. The water's flow is very, it's intense, so the boat sometimes can't take if it's crowded. Of course, it takes longer to get there. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. After the boat, please. Sorry, yes. So what is my Congo? Congo is the Congo of many hopes, where people deal with trauma, celebrating with they overcome trauma, celebrating with music and dance, just to forget about the outcome of different wars. I am myself a survivor of 3 wars in the Congo. I call myself a miraculous survivor of wars. I have been taken before my parents at gunpoint. And the last one, I was 18 years old. At gunpoint, I was taken. I was kidnapped, taken, and I'm not gonna tell you the details. And I've seen death. I've seen people shot here and there, and that's my history. I'm not telling the detail. I survived. It was just a miracle. I don't know how I did it, but when it came my turn to ask people to leave, as they were shooting everybody, I just was walking. They never shot me, but I'm just thankful to be here, really. So it's the Congo. My Congo is also a Congo of incommensurable natural resources, like everybody may be aware of diamond, coltan, and cobalt, and also I don't just stop to the natural resources. It's also intelligence and hospitality. The Congolese people are very welcoming, and also very intelligent. Sometimes we tend not to highlight the intelligence of the people, how people tend to just be human and really fend for themselves, and also how they can come to the realizations of their dreams. And also it is a Congo, unfortunately, that seems to have forgotten about its historical past and also the ways of the ancestors. Because I believe the past shaped the present, and the present, all this past and present will shape the future. But if you forget about your past, I don't know, then you won't have roots, and I don't know where you're gonna go if you don't have that dream, and you don't have that dream that you shape on yourself, then you live at it. I think you live like a shadow not on your own belief system, but on somebody else's belief system. So what is my Congo? My Congo, next please. Oh, you got it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so my Congo is this is a Congo of religious and political identity crisis. When I say identity crisis, is unfortunately that's we face colonizations, and when you colonized, you basically, one of the purpose of colonization is to raise your culture, is to replace your religion with somebody else's religion, is to replace your culture with some other cultures. And people really in Congo, when I look at my people, I say we have a really big identity crisis. Sometimes I feel we don't know who we are. We lost the ways of the ancestors, how we do things, and how we define dance, and what the culture is. It's the Congo also that has accepted Christianity, Islam, other forms of other religions, and constantly to suppress their values and its ancestral spiritual practices. It is the Congo also that forget the greatness of the Minkisimi and the other masculine sculpture that bore the moral societal codes that pay respect to the ancestors and the way they're building your communities. Next slide, please. So these are the pictures of the Minkisimi right here. So the Minkisimi, many Congolese people don't know about these sculptures, and some members of my family also don't know. And this was back in the day, before in 13th centuries. This represented the really what held the society, the Congolese society's moral codes. Represented Minkisimi represented, it was a symbol of justice, a symbol of a symbol of symbiosis within the people. Also was Nkisi is basically, Nkisi means medicine, Konzi means two hands. So this was also a symbol of justice. If you did something wrong in the communities, through the Nganga, which is a spiritual healer, the Nganga will come, of course, in communication with the ancestors, and also for initiation portion, also community participation. They will find the culprit, they will come someone is wrong, or someone trying to disturb the balance of the society. So, and this Minkis Mikondi could be found not only in the Democratic Republic of Congo, but all the Central Africa during the reigns of kingdoms. So, which was the great kingdoms of Congo and all many kingdoms. So it was not just in the Democratic Republic of Congo, but was all the Central African territory. You could find the statues. There were thousands of them. And eventually, after the Portuguese came, the French and the Belgium, many of the statues were were burnt. And also the healers, then, which we call Nganga, which the medicine men were, one of the things they did was to kill off them. And the statues, you're gonna find them mostly in museums in Europe and here in America. So like the big one, this one, the one in the middle, that's I saw it in a Metropolitan Museum in New York. It's about 5 feet tall. So, but many Congolese people haven't seen it, or if you see today, it's like it's just replicas. These are not authentics. So, what is my Congo? The next slide, please. So, my Congo is also the Congo that seems to have forgotten about the intrinsic values or meanings of the dances. Because back in the day, many dances had meanings. Dance was not just entertainment where people came, they danced because they want to dance. So yes, there was that, there was entertainment, but there was also meaningful because how the body lived in the cosmos, how the body really lived in the cosmos and time, how the body communicated with space and nature, are also always in communion with their ancestors. So, and also the body lived in space and what we call the Dikenga Dianza Congo, which is a Congo cosmogram, which represents the cycles of life. So dance was not just, especially when we talk about ethnic dances or spiritual or ritualistic dances, these were not just dances for fun because people just wanted to dance. I call it dance is our scriptures carved in the bodies. So you can trace history through the movements. So movement had meaning, and also back in the day, even the practices are lost. Each dance, you celebrate many things in dance, but this was codified. You codify because there was the dance for birth, dance for weddings, dance for if you're going hunting, you're going for many social events. There was a dance dedicated for it, but and of course this dance for healing, and each dance had a specific code. You clap in your hands, you have to clap in a certain time, and many times it's 5 times or whatever the codes were, or if you're stomping, how many times you stomp, if you go left or right, how many times you do. So this also very codified that people try to go over and see the entertainment side of the Congolese dances. So the body exists as I said, it's scriptures carved in the body. And next slide, please. And this is the Dikenga. This is how I say the body, how the dance, what's the dance, or how we exist in the space. Via the Dikenga, the Janza Congo, and the Congo cosmograms. We are born, we go up to adulthood, we get old, elderhood, and we transitions to death. But death is not death, we call it transition because we go to a place of rest, so we're gonna come back again. I think Asians call it reincarnations, but we have different words because I'm speaking English, but if I have to talk about this, I'll speak Adiki Congo or any other language. I speak 5 languages. So, so this is Dikenga, how the dance moves in space. So this is the simple Dikenga, and on your right side you have what I call Meta Dikenga, and all these symbologies and science. So it's all very scientific in a way. That I think it's really important for people to know, and to know these elements of what the dance means and what the music always means and what they mean in space and time as human beings. Next slide, please. So another part of Congo here, for me, what is my Congo? I like to talk about the Conference of Berlin. How did we end up with the name Congo? How did we came up with saying Democratic Republic of Congo, Republic of Congo, Angola, all of that? So I would like to point out the Conference of Berlin that took place from 1884 to 1885. So these were many European nations when, of course, Africa was discovered. One of the first explorers was Diego Cao in Angola, and of course, Savonio de Brazza, who reached the coast of what's now to Brazzaville, and also on the other side of the Belgian Congo, which is the Democratic Republic of Congo, there was Stanley. So in the conference de Brazzaville, the conference of Berlin, in these years, that's where many European countries decided that they're going to invade Africa and divide Africa because of the resources that they found on the continent. So, and then again, the rest is history. I'm gonna ask everybody just to simple Google Conference of Berlin to find out about how Africa is now, what's Africa today. Like who we were before, how we are now, and now you can now barely travel in Africa. Who created a visa? You have a visa to go from one place of Africa to another one, and worse, to come to European nation, you almost have to go pray for God to get a visa to come to Europe or the United States, which is not normal to go ask God, hey God, give me a visa so I can come to the European land. That is not, I found it I don't find it right, because just reverse that pyramid, it won't be any sense that to think of a European go pray for God to get a visa to go to Africa. It doesn't, I've never seen it. So this is the map of Africa. We have, it became very, all the interests, we have all of the natural resources we can find in different parties. And we have these borders. All these borders were not created by Africans, because during the conference of Berlin, there was no one African that attended the conference. So we didn't ask any Africans to about what do you think, should we get this part, or do you want to share your resources with us? There was nothing like that. So some of the resources we may find on Africans, and many countries changed the names. The Democratic Republic of Congo once was Zaire, but before it became Zaire, that was the Kingdom of Congo, and then it became Zaire with the Mobutu, and now back to the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is not democratic at all. But I think it sounds good to say Democratic Republic of Congo. Next slide, please. So what is my Congo? My Congo is the Congo written with letter K, not the Congo written with letter C, as we call it C. We never wrote in C. Congo, these people, when they call it during the reign of the Congo, like we call the Congo Jatotila, that's the ancient Congo, was a Congo that was made of kingdoms, and Africa was made of kingdoms and many empires. So the borders were not the borders that we see today. The borders we have today and the name of the country we have just mostly just mean resources, natural resources interest of those with power in the European lands. So the Kingdom of Congo, some of the kingdoms we found was the Kingdom of Luba, Lunda, Mutapa, Ngoyo, Kakongo, Ndongo, Mutapa, Teke, and Luango. And this kingdom will form the great Kingdom of Congo, the Congo Jantotila, and was made by the Bantu people. The Bantu people are the largest group of people in probably in Africa, I would say. Just distinguished by the facial features and just how they migrated, or how they live in the ways of life and the philosophies. So this is a little map of Africa before colonizations. You can see before colonizations, there was no starting as Democratic Republic of Congo, but people lived with the kingdoms, or how they defined the territories, and those territories in the territories, that's how they shared and traveled easily without a visa, without the need of a passport. And next slide, please. So I'm just gonna go fast, not to take too much of your time. So I was called to my people, like, it's really important to really go back in time before the first European boat to reach the coast of Africa. Because when you go back, you're gonna know what you were before. How did you survive thousands of years healing yourself, being alive without European medicine? Because at then my people, the Nkisi was the answer, and the spiritual medicine was the answer, because there was a time where even acupuncture in Asia was banned. But today everybody's practicing acupuncture. It's the same. You can see the statue I showed in the beginning. had some nails. It worked just as acupuncture. Each problem, each nail representing a solution to a problem. So when you inserted the nails in the body, that's where the people, the community found cure. If there was a drought, or there was whatever, any problem that was going on in the community. And Ngisi also was sometimes could play the role of a lawyer today. If two people are entering into contract, you go see the lawyer today, but you go see in the cultures, you go see the medicine man, and they know they have that knowledge that is lost today, unfortunately. So going back in terms of trying to know who we are. Next slide, please. Who we are. So yeah, I'm still defining what is my Congo. So my Congo is the Congo of us really trying to know our history, the history of the kings and the queens, those who really fought to do the best to really liberate the Congo. We had queens who fought. We had the queens like Queen Nzinga, that we found today in Angola, or today we call Angola, but to actually the kingdom of Congo, the capital of the kingdom of Congo, we call Banza Congo, was located in what's today Angola. And the people of Angola and Democratic people are just really divided without knowing that was the same territory, and actually the capital was there. And Queen Nzinga is one of the queen actually who fought even suppressing the rise of slavery as they discovered the new land, which is America. Then slavery started intensifying because they needed bodies to go work in the new land. So it's not just America. Many Africans were taken, landed in the Caribbean, and Brazil. That's really all probably the largest number of Africans that were turned to slaves in Brazil. So for me, celebrating the Congo is celebrating all these Africans, celebrating our queens and kings. We have Queen Nzinga, Nanzi, King Pavita, which I named my daughter after her, Queen Yenenga, Yenenga, and what's today Burkina Faso, the land of the honored, and also I think it used to be even called Haute Volta. So all the Queen Aminata in West Africa, Queen Candace Makida in Ethiopia, and also the kings, the Mani Congo, the Queen Galiforo, the Queen Ranava Lona of Madagascar. So I think like celebrating the Congo is celebrating for me all these united lands, all these people who fought. Celebrating the Congo is also remembering those who really championed into how can Africa really profit of the resources, the immense resources. Especially everybody know Africa being one of the richest continent on planet Earth, if not the richest, and also the Congo being the Democratic Congo is a huge well of resources, and unfortunately the people are still really struggling to even having simple water, clean water and electricity, while they're living right across the second most powerful river on planet Earth, which makes no sense. So celebrating the Congo for me is also remembering the scientists of the Congo, like Cheikh Anta Diop, who was an Egyptologist, knowing what Egypt represented. The Nubians, what we call today Sudan. Sudan is a shadow of itself. Sudan today is like one of the poor countries in the world. But Sudan was a huge civilization, the Nubians, next to Egypt, next to Ethiopia. So it's about people like Cheikh Anta Diop, knowing these people, and that's how we celebrate the Congo. And celebrating Marcus Garvey. Of course, I put the picture of Martin Luther King. We all know the civil rights movement. I put the picture of Malcolm X. You can see there is no difference when you look at the skin tone of Martin Luther King and you look at the skin tone of Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso. There is no difference. All these people, they came from the African lands. And we still have today in the Congo the land of slaves, where the slaves were put on boats and to go to and taken away. So all these people came from Africa, remembering them to remember where we came from, what we can do, how we can survive today. And celebrating the Congo is also remembering the Mbongi. How do we find solutions to all these problems? The NGOs have been in the Congo, all these missions trying to help the Congo, they've been doing it for centuries, but nothing seemed to work. So if it doesn't seem to work, how can we try to help Congo on a larger scale versus creating a new NGO that may work, that may help one or two people or some smaller communities, but we need to think about larger communities. So for the Congolese people, it's probably for them to remember the Mbongi, which means community togetherness, a place of hospitality that is really dear to us. As I say, Congolese people are very welcoming and very friendly. And I don't say they don't fight me on each other, they do too, but they're not perfect. It's just with the order, the imperfections that humans have. It's a place of justice, equity, moral societal goals, a place of symbiosis, a social synergy, a place of where we pass on ancestral and societal history and pretend as it pertains in the Congo people's model balanced society in Africa. So this is something I always ask my people, like, hey, maybe this is the time we remember this, we really match the values that we can heal ourselves first before someone else comes from someone to heal us. Because yes, they want to heal us, but if they teach us how to fish rather than giving us fish, because if they keep giving us fish, we never know to go to the river and to fish for ourselves. So the science, today we have a big cooperation between the Chinese now coming to the Congo, but there is no transfer of technology. So as long as the Congolese people have no access, they don't know how to go get the oil and the sea in the water, there is nothing you can do. I don't see a future for Congo or a future for Africa if they don't know how to go get the oil and the sea, if they don't know how to extract those minerals in the mountains. They have to know how to extract them, they have to know how to produce them, they have to know how to sell them and create a market, African markets. So that's how I feel like celebrating the Congo is remembering that. It's about dancing or singing while having in mind a dream that you do all those things, but with the allies is all of you. Is all of you are here present here. You are not Congolese, but you are here to celebrate the Congo. So the allies is about giving the tools and weapons, right tools to the for a real progress and development of Africa. If not, we're gonna wait another 1 century, another two centuries will pass. We're gonna come back to the same thing. NGOs and the small scales trying to help, but it's been centuries. It doesn't seem to change. So now let's talk about dance. As a dancer, and I would consider myself a dancer, but I'm not just a dancer that's dance, but I dance with purpose. And the dance, I said, dance is a communal, dance is a community thing. So we don't dance, I don't dance by myself, but I dance in the communities. And I say, there is no way for me to come on stage and then, I do this professionally. I teach at UC Berkeley. I also teach at Rufasawa School of the Arts. I have my own dance company, but I need to remember the purpose of dance when there are people for me, because I don't think celebrating the Congo as a celebration, I'm not gonna celebrate all by myself. So I would like to celebrate with people, and because in this particular moment, dance have to become very healing. So I'm gonna have my music play, but before we go, as I'm moving the props, I'm not sure where to put it. I would like to show you something. One of the cloth that it's a costume. So this is some of the dances I learned. We have some dance of the Mongo people. The Mongo people are located in this territory of the Democratic Republic of Congo. But there is the dance called Zebola, but the dance is really big in the Republic of Congo. Which one, I would say, if you don't know, you will think you're from Democratic Republic of Congo, but many things that you are doing are not actually originating from your territory. So, but yes, it's what it is. So this thing here is called the Mbokola. We are in this particular dance of healing a community. We wear this, and we there. Everybody wears, men and women, children. And I have this broom I brought. This is we call it a broom. As we said, the Congo all the Congolese people speak Lingala. They heard me. So, but it's also a huge symbol. It's a symbol of power. It's also a symbol of communion between you and your ancestor. It can also be a totem, but I'm using it just as an artistic tool right now. So I brought these two things, and I think I also brought my 2 shakers. Sorry, guys. So some of the traditional elements we have, these are the shakers. These I brought them when I went to the Congo. I came I came back 2 months ago already. So some shakers, how do we clap or we shake these things? So before I play the music, let me put my costume on, and I'm gonna really need some participation of us. Everybody can dance. So everybody's gonna dance. We need to be standing. Thank you. Just a minute. We call this the Mokola. It goes around the waist. So before I ask you all to stand, let me start with my little song, my little thing, and then I'll ask all of us to participate, because when also we Congolese people, we celebrate, we really celebrate. The party always has a beginning, but we don't know when it's gonna end. It's gonna end when you get tired, you drink a lot, you can't do anything else, then you go to bed. Okay, hold on, before.
We wanted to give you an opportunity to ask your questions after our presenters, and may I call our presenters to come forward? Therese, and Esther, and Beeb, if you would come on up and fetch the questions, or field the questions, I guess we say. Thank you.
If you have a question, raise your hand and one of us will come with a handheld microphone and have you speak into it.
Oh my. We wore you out?
All right, we have a question here from Bobby.
I just want to know what you think can happen to enable the Congolese people actually to take advantage of the wonderful resources they have in their country.
Would you repeat that, please, Bobby?
Pardon?
Please repeat.
Okay. I said, I'm wondering what we can do, what they can do, the Congolese people in the Congo can do to enable their own people to have the value of the resources that are in their country, which right now are being exploited by other countries and by corrupt rulers.
That's a $64,000 question, at least. Billion?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a really a good question, but it's a really big one because the majority of the population don't have a voice. And when you don't have a voice, you basically in the state of oppression. So when you are oppressed, I don't know how you can request to do something. However, we are here, we are the voices. We can talk to you guys like you've been helping the Congo and whoever wants to help, and that's the only way we can make a difference and help them, I think. Thank you.
I'd like your opinions about where you look at the strength of the Congolese people, maybe through history, but also in the present. Because they've endured a lot, and they're continuing. And they seem, from what I see, a lot of people are very positive.
Well, you're right in what you said. I know people of Congo has gone through a lot and for so long. And what I really think is they find, I almost speak in French, I'm sorry. They find the strength within themselves, within spirituality, to give them that strength to renew them. And I've been there. I was born and raised in Congo, and I have gone through a lot of hardship, war, and a lot of stuff. But where I found my strength was to go within myself and to have a hope that there will always a better tomorrow. And I think the more challenges or the more obstacles you have in life, the more strength you gain. It's like exercising. The more you exercise, the more you gain muscles. And I think that's what it is.
Yeah, thank you. I think I really don't have an answer as to know why the hope keeps people going. I don't know where they find the strength of hope, myself included. Sometimes I really don't know among all those atrocities how you still keep smiling, how you still think like, oh, tomorrow is gonna be a better day, even if you know you may not live the next minute. I don't quite have an answer, but it's just something that is probably maybe, it should be probably, we have to go back in time to trace it, but I just know it's something that is real, like many of us are really have this mental strength, even without going through therapy, that in general, sorry guys, so I think in general people, they you know, we say in Lingala, yo Simba na Moga, Ozala. Yeah, I better say it in Lingala so it makes more sense for me. We just feel like tomorrow is gonna be a better day. It's gonna be, you have no idea. There is no planning. It's just like that vision of it's gonna be better, and I don't know how to explain it. But of course, not everybody, but in general, that it's there present in us.
I would like to add something. Congolese are Christian. They believe in God. We have so many churches. You see, when you go to a street, you see a lot of houses. They open up for people to get together and pray. They get their hope in the Lord, hoping that we're gonna be free. We're gonna have a better Congo tomorrow. That's where our hope comes from. We pray. You see people go to church from Monday to Sunday. That's where they get the strength from. Through prayer and worshiping. And because we love music, we worship a lot. We dance to the Lord, and we cry out to the Lord for our country to be free. Thank you.
Thank you. I really enjoyed being here and enjoying your presentation. But my question is, the wars that are going on in the Congo, are they caused by strife between different tribes? Or is it strife because of the different religions? And if it's strife because of either one of those, what percentage of people in what religion are odd with the others? And what tribes are there that are causing most of the strife?
Would attempt to answer that question. It's not a big question. We have to kind of break it down internally, internal forces and external forces. So internal forces are, of course, the Congolese people among us as humans. There is also greed and the tendency of power. So some ethnic group, like I'm gonna take an example of Rwanda with the Hutu and the Tutsi, if you remember the genocides of Rwanda. So there was somehow a philosophy, not a philosophy, like a thought that said one ethnic group was more intelligent and more powerful than the other, and the other has to be dominated. And so that's sparked the genocide in Rwanda. And of course, internally, those are the people of Rwanda slashing each other. They are killing each other. But this is internally. But external forces are also the French government behind it. Because we have, even us here in America, we have the people, normal people, and also we have the government and the elite. And we have the mercenaries, those with power, and those who have access to weapon manufacturing, and those who want access to resources. So weapon violence, those violences you use, especially if you live in a land where there is minerals. How are we going to extract these minerals? But if people are getting along, there is no time to do it. But for you to be able to access those, people needs to be division. You have to introduce divisions. So we see a lot of divisions among the people. So this ethnic group who will think we're better than this other ethnic group, and they will think that we should be in power, you should not be in power. And they, of course, they sympathize with any representative of the corporations, because today the world is pretty much run by corporations. We say corporations, but they are actually people names. We can name people behind those corporations, but we don't know who they are. So that's always a game of how we're gonna make people fight each other, how it's easy to manipulate, through manipulations of ideologies. It could be religious, it could be political motives, just to power basically. That's if I attempted that simple, that's more simplistic answer. Yeah, I think that I will leave it to my sisters to add on.
I just want to say one thing. When I was invited, I was invited as a guest to speak about fashion. So most of the questions are political. So if you have any question regarding fashion, I'll be more than willing to answer you about Congolese fashion, because I don't know. I heard most of the speakers, and we're mostly talking about the beauty of Congo and the resources that we have, and I didn't really hear anybody talk about politics and things like that, because we are not really experts in that to represent, to answer those kind of questions, political questions. So unless we have someone else in the audience who can answer those political questions, such as our sister Yamalu or Marcel, who is more equipped for those political questions that you have.
I'm going to add one thing, I'm so sorry. I'm going to take another examples of this manual called the content that we use today in most of our sophisticated devices like iPhones and MacBook Pros, that we know 80% of the manual come from the Democratic Republic of Congo. But this is huge profit, there are billions. How people are living on the soil where this manual has been exploited. So how are you going to access those manuals and explore this thing that people need worldwide, except for the good of technology? At the same time, it's really lots of millions of people are dying of it. So I didn't say it's just a very intricate question, but that's just what's going on. And I don't know. Thanks for your patience, brother.
I'm not a politician. My name is Marcel, by the way. But I'm going to try to answer your questions, some of the questions that have been asked by people here, by making it simple and easy for you to understand what's going on in the Republic of Congo. Does anyone have a cell phone? Yes. Yeah. You all have cell phones? Okay. You know that Apple has more cash than the government of the United States. Did you know that? The company Apple has more cash than your government. Now, for Apple to make these, they need to get a contract from the Republic of Congo. More than 80% of the material that it takes to make a cell phone comes from our country. So countries that profit from making cell phones would not want to see a Congo that's free. They would not want to see a president in the Congo that they have not designated, because they want someone who helps them profit from the minerals that are in the Congo. So someone asked about, how do you think we will free the Congo? Well, we have to fight those governments. We're not fighting people, we're fighting the government. A good example will be for Christians. The Holy Book says we are not fighting flesh. We are fighting spirits. We are fighting dominions. We are fighting principalities. That's what the Holy Book says in terms of our fight as Christians. In terms of our fight as Congolese, it's the same thing. We are fighting governments that are hidden behind policies, behind what they call the interests of the US. Have you ever wondered what are those interests when they tell you, oh, this guy is against the US interests? What are those US interests? What is it made of? It's not democracy in Africa, it's democracy only here. If someone stands up in the Congo and says, I want to fight for democracy in the Congo, believe me, it's not going to last a day. A good example is someone that brother showed on the picture there, Patrice Lumumba. He's the first man who said, leave Africa to Africans. It didn't last long. It took, I don't know how many years, it's only maybe a few years ago, that Belgium decided to say, yes, we were responsible for his death. We killed him. We apologize. And with Belgium, France was involved. The US was involved. So when you're really looking deep into these things, you start seeing that, hey, the problem is not as simple as you think. It cannot be solved in this forum. The problem is really, really big. Thank you.
We would like to thank you so much for coming and thank our speakers so much for presenting the beauty of the Congo. And thank you for your beautiful answers.
And also, for all of you who have asked me, who is the designer, where is she making her clothes, where is she living, I have her cards outside. I'll share her information outside, and she can make you these pretty dresses. Thank you.
As you go out, if you can pick up a couple of cups or plates and put them in a garbage can, that will help us a lot. Thank you.
Thanks for inviting us. Mark and Jacob. National Church in Africa. Yes.
Yeah, let's see if we can grab
The line wires. Good to see you again, Jim. Hi. Those bananas, right? Who not get rich enough to it?
Yeah, I have a pen in my pen over here.
I have some idea. Very, very poor. If you do this in some about the senators.
Yes. In Senate, you can have it. Yes, you may. There's a you're right. So, yeah, so tell where you live, tell your residents. They will get you to the correct. The other one is capital is capital.
Okay, hi guys, I'm Bib Shanebi Bene. Today we are here to celebrate the Congo. So we are guest speakers. I was one of them to talk about my experience of the Congo, how I share that, and how I speak about the issues and the joys and hopes of the Congolese people. And also we had some dancing, some food and drinks as humans how we celebrate. And we had lots of friends coming who came. And what else? So yeah, it was I think a wonderful moment, wonderful time. Thanks for my daughters to be here as well. We have Taya and Vita. So yeah. Thank you. Bye.